Half-Baked Sports brothers, Josh, John, myself, Kendall. It's Super Bowl week. Guys, what do you think? I mean, is it time yet? Finally? Preseason?
I don't know about Super Bowl time. I mean, we still have a few more days before the Super Bowl kicks off.
I want to talk about some stuff that happened before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest topics we need to cover is this Stafford and Goff trade.
That's huge.
I'm interested. Obviously, we haven't had a chance to talk all week. Who would like to go first?
Can I say this?
Go ahead.
Matthew Stafford to the Los Angeles Rams has just made the Rams that much better.
Oh, I agree.
That much better. Goff to the Detroit Lions, you're pretty much still the same. Because I don't know who he's going to be throwing to, because that whole team is probably going to get gutted.
Oh, yeah.
And Goff is a young cat. He got some years left in him. If they can build a good team around him, they can do some things. But the Rams are already sitting pretty. They just needed a better
let me throw this to you, woman, because I mean, Goff has done a great job over here with the Rams. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's definitely made them a competitor.
A contender. They're a contender.
But to me, given the body of work that he's done, I think that he's good when he's got weapons, and I would put him in the category of slightly better than a game manager.
Yeah. He does manage games.
Yeah.
He's real good at managing games. That's why he wins.
Take a look.
That's exactly why he wins.
He's had a running game. And Cooper Kupp and of course Gurley until Gurley left. But yeah, I think this trade definitely increases their value hugely
in that league, in that division.
And at least, if nothing else, the passing game.
Yeah.
Because as good as Goff was with Cooper Kupp, it's like a safety blanket. It's like that, the joke with Romo, third and win. Right? I mean, and it seemed like it was.
I always go to my go-to guy.
You go to the go-to guy because he's going to catch it. So that's what it seemed like to me. Anybody else want to chime in on this?
Oh, Jared Goff is today's version of Trent Dilfer. If y'all remember. Yes, he is. He is a 100% game manager because when you need, like, let's say the defense, like, I'll bring up past history. With the Super Bowl, they only scored 3 points.
Yeah.
They only scored 3 points. Mm-hmm. The defense kept the Patriots down to 17 points. The lowest that they had all year. So your defense did its job. Where was the offense to push? That's how you know he's a game manager.
And I think
because then that's when he had Todd Gurley.
Exactly.
He had Cooper Kupp.
But Todd Gurley was on the sideline most of that game,
and
there was some controversy and people talking about that aspect of it because when people talked to Todd said, I was good to go. I was ready. Yeah. He wanted to play. He didn't give a shit about the injury.
Right. Yeah.
And at that point in time, I get it. You don't want to risk injuring it further, but when you've got the Super Bowl on the line, I mean,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the Patriots and
I think
Seattle.
They didn't do themselves any favors in that.
Well, the problem with the Super Bowl, with that particular, the reason why they didn't do that is because the Patriots were stopping the run.
Exactly.
So because they stopped the run, now I know you have to pass. Because once I know Todd Gurley's out, you're not running that ball.
But if you
to a point. But look, everybody knows earlier on, you're gonna find teams, especially in the playoffs, that stop the run.
Yeah, right.
Why do you stick with it? Because over time, you will have a breakaway play.
Right.
It's just a matter of time.
Right.
But what they did in that game, and it was to their detriment, is they abandoned it entirely.
That's what I'm saying.
I honestly think that was the reason why they lost.
Because if Jared Goff pretended he was going to run, I don't believe you because Todd Gurley's not on the field.
But like I said, even with this trade though, that puts Los Angeles Rams pretty much to me in the driver's seat in that division. I'm gonna say that it puts them in the driver's seat in that division for the simple fact that he has outplayed a lot of the younger quarterbacks over the last 10 years. And Stafford.
Oh, that you said
Stafford has outplayed. Matthew Stafford has outplayed a lot of quarterbacks. Period. Let's just go and say it that way. Now, whether he's older or not, he's still doing it, and he's doing it well. Jared Goff, one good game, 2 good games, bad game, 2 good games, bad game, and you can see the pattern. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Rams can do with Stafford on that.
Oh, exactly. I think Stafford will definitely improve their game. They still need to go out and get another running game.
They
Back.
need one more running back and one more wide receiver.
Wide receiver or a tight end.
Yeah, or tight end. Oh, tight end. I'd rather have the tight end. They got
still have
good
Cooper,
wide receivers.
right? They still have Cooper.
They still have some good wide receivers. I think they need another tight end, and I think they just need to solidify that linebacking core.
And if you take a look at it, even the Lions aren't getting a bad deal out of this because I still think that Goff has got a lot of potential. I think that he's definitely something that the team can build around, but it's one of those things to where it'll keep them relevant in their division, but it's still at the same time give them a chance to build.
You still have to give him some weapons, though. The weapons that Matthew Stafford had obviously weren't good enough.
Well, no,
you have to give Goff a couple weapons.
He
gonna need a couple wide receivers.
Let's look at the key factors here. You got these two great quarterbacks. Now you're bringing them and on the trade level now. So they've both seen a lot of highs and a lot of lows. So let's go ahead and look at the same factor now. Where do they sit when it comes for the draft time? Where are they going to be at the draft? Detroit Lions. How many picks do they have?
They're Detroit Lions are definitely high up. But that's good because they've got Goff. He's a good enough QB to get him through everything.
And they don't have to.
And especially since, take a look at who. I mean, I don't know if there's been a major decision made yet, but even Rodgers may be leaving that division. So if Rodgers gets let go, who else is going to go?
I think because
people look, that division may be the quintessential NFC East equivalent because
if Rodgers leaves, it becomes Seattle's division.
No, because that's not even the same division. Because in that division, you've got the Lions, you've got Green Bay, you've got the Bears,
and
Minnesota.
And Kirk Cousins might not.
Well, Kirk Cousins has been looked at by some other teams. Yeah. So you have to take a look. Right now, QBs are a hot commodity.
Yeah.
And even if you're mediocre, I mean, people are even reaching out and trying to see if Philly is going to go with Wentz. So this is going to be a very interesting thing, and of course, this could cause a QB carousel that would really make us scratch our heads and try to analyze next season.
The Texans already started that. But then when you look at
Philly started that.
Philly did start when they got Jalen Hurts, but then the Texans added to it, and now you got the Aaron Rodgers maybe. This trade happened, which is possibly a lot of teams in the NFC might wind up with different quarterbacks.
Green Bay started it when they drafted Jordan Love.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Because Jordan Love, as good as he is in college, and I definitely want to see what he can do in the NFL. I still think that when it comes to Jordan Love, I want to give him one more year behind Aaron Rodgers.
But this is the same thing Aaron Rodgers had to do behind Brett Favre. He sat there 3 years.
But then that's what they out there. That's the funny thing. So this is Aaron Rodgers' 16th season with the Packers. Same thing with Brett
Favre. There's a pattern there.
Take a look. It's the same organization.
Yeah.
As you'll look, everybody has tendencies, especially when it comes to management. So if you take a look around the league, you will find that each manager, each GM, they'll have their tendencies that they stick to, and you can almost clockwork it. I mean, why do you think that when they do these analyzations of the draft, that they know who's going to take who? It's because they know the GMs. They know their tendencies.
It's only been a couple surprises in the draft I've seen over the last 10 years, but most of them generally stick to that pattern.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, because look, you're going to go with the commodity that you know.
Yeah.
If there's question marks, you're gonna pass on it, which is one of the reasons why Manziel dropped the way he did. Because there was too many question marks.
And it was a reason he should have dropped the way he did because he proved that in his professional career, in his personal life, and you can't have them overlap each other. But with this trade right here, it's a bullseye on the NFC, saying that we're going to move from Detroit and we're going to go over here to LA, and LA got a better, I'd say, setup for Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
Everybody better watch out for the Rams.
And I don't know, and of course I don't have my iPad in front of me, so I can't look it up. But when was he drafted?
Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, because he's been in the league for over 10 years.
I want to say
it had to be mid 2000s, right?
Yeah, I think he's been playing for 16 years.
2012.
No,
Matthew
Stafford been playing for 16 years.
No,
I mean not 16. 12 years. I'm sorry, 12 years.
Is it 12?
I think it's 12 years.
It's 2000.
Look, the only thing I remember about him is how tough he was.
2009.
Okay, 2009. So that's 12 years.
So that puts, and he's been with the same team
And
the
still
entire
doing
time.
it. And still doing it.
Yeah.
And take a look. The only time he made the playoffs was during that time frame.
Megatron.
Shortly, right after, Megatron, and shortly after that, because right after they got him, they had a terrible year, and then it was like 2 or 3 years after him when they made the actual playoff run.
Yeah.
Which would have been, that would have been right, because it was 2010, 2011 when they picked up Sue.
Yeah.
They already had their defense, and they made 2 back-to-back playoff runs.
Yes. So it's proven that he can get it done. Now with the Rams defense and the offense that they have already in place, if he can learn that system quickly, they are a force.
Honestly and truthfully, I think y'all are hyping up Matthew Stafford more than what he is. That's just me personally, because you have to think about it. You have to think about it. Like y'all mentioned, he had Sue on the other side, and he had a hell of a defense that year. And then he had Megatron, and then I believe he had a run game that year. And yet, what happened? Nothing. So, same thing with Jared Goff. He was with the Rams. He had Cooper Kupp. He had this guy. He had Todd Gurley. He had an offensive line. He had one of the best offensive line. Hold on. He had He had Pro Bowls on every level on defense. And
okay,
so to me, hold on. To me, you just traded a older version of Jared Goff.
No, you did not.
With a better arm. With a better arm. I'm not saying Matthew Stafford is trash. What I'm saying is he's a hell of a quarterback. I'm saying the results, the end game of the results. The whole point of doing all this is to get to the Super Bowl and win, right? I just feel like you traded traded for the same piece.
And I can see why you see it that way. I disagree. I think when it comes to the passing game, it's an upgrade. And all you need to do is get that running game factor. Now, do they still need some offensive weapons for the receiving corps? Right. Absolutely. Yeah, they have Cooper Kupp. They definitely need a solid second. And I would look for a solid tight end. Yeah. That's something that they can get.
There's a lot of teams right now that's at the bottom tier of this NFL season with good tight ends that can go over there and help this team. But you still, like you said, the running game has to back up the passing game. Okay. The defensive line is there. Right. The defensive backs, most of the time are there. I ain't gonna say all the time. Most of the time are there.
And even
the quarterback play is upgraded to me. Not much, but it's upgraded. It's an upgrade.
Yeah, because you take a look at what Stafford has over in the Detroit Lions, that offensive line is an upgrade for him. Yeah. So if he's got a little bit more time, he got more protection over in the Rams than he did in Detroit. I take a look at what could be. I take a look at potential. And I think that this is a good trade for both organizations.
I'm not. What I'm saying is the end results. Matthew Stafford had the same end results as Jared Goff.
All right, maybe we need to break this down further during our pregame show and take a look at the actual stats for the last few years.
Because we're going to cover the stats.
Do you think we should do that?
I want to cover the stats. We should. But I will say this here. Hold on. I'm going to say this here. Ladies and gentlemen, if it ain't Tom Brady, Chuck don't really care.
No. No, but I mean, I have facts back in what I say. 12 years, Matthew Stafford's done what? Nothing. He's got to the playoffs. No, hold on. He's gotten to the playoffs and bombed out. Even in college, he did the same thing. Get to the playoffs, bombed out.
How many quarterbacks in this league right now with 12 years didn't get to the playoffs? Philip Rivers is one of them. Philip Rivers. No. Say bombed out. I'm sorry. Say bombed out.
No.
Got to the playoffs.
Philip Rivers made a couple of deep runs in the playoffs. But did he play in the Super Bowl? No.
So when you say bombed out, I'm thinking that's what he's talking about.
No, it's not bombed out. Because take a look at who he had to play in the AFC. He had to go up against Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or Roethlisberger every single time.
Then if you make that comparison, that means Andy Dalton, same thing.
That's what I'm saying. What did you trade for?
So would you rather have Matthew Stafford throwing for your team or Andy Dalton?
Well, take a look at who Stafford's had to play against.
Exactly. Look who he had to play against.
Aaron Rodgers.
Every
year.
Okay. So now you put him in the.
I think this is another one that we maybe need to do a precursor here on our pregame show.
Yeah, I want to touch this. I want to touch this.
Let's come back with actual Stafford stats. Let's do it. Look,
Stafford.
We'll come up. Yeah, we'll look up for this. Just the last 2 years. Okay. Stafford and Goff stats. What do you think? Last 2 years?
Goff gonna win.
They're gonna be.
But then let's bring it to the table.
I say Goff been playing for what, 3 years now?
At least because it was 17 when they played, right? 2017 when they played
both him and Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz got in the same time. This is their 5th year.
Okay, so let's do 3 years.
Last 3 years? Okay, 3 years.
Or 4th year, 5th or 4th year, one of them.
We got to keep in mind it's going to be a roller coaster effect year for those two.
Oh yeah,
but
they're both going to have ups and downs.
I know we got on a little tangent.
Well, I mean, take a look. Even
I want to say this. I know we got on a little tangent, but I'm saying this trade right here puts all these other teams on notice that if they're willing to let Stafford go here and Goff go here, which are two premier quarterbacks, they're not bad quarterbacks. They're not the greatest, but they're not at the bottom tier.
No.
That puts a lot of teams with these good quarterbacks, these young quarterbacks, and these older quarterbacks, hey, might want to move something here.
Yeah.
Might be able to make something happen.
Quarterback carousel.
Quarterback carousel, like we did the coaching, now we're doing the quarterback.
And it may come to that because take a look. You already have Deshaun Watson demanding a trade.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I don't blame him because the organization right now, as we've discussed
screwball.
previously,
It's screwball.
Well, I mean, the future of the Texans, unfortunately, are not bright unless they make some bold moves. Now, if they can recoup some of their draft picks that they've given away with a Deshaun, maybe even a Deshaun / J.J. Watt trade,
It might be one of the other.
that means that you would rebuild and be relevant in 2 years versus 3. Because right now you have no first and second round.
Right now, the only trade to me, and this is because of this here that makes sense for the Texans is you got to go get some high draft picks for Deshaun Watson. That means the Jets, Jacksonville, anybody with that 1, 2, 3, 4 pick, where you could get either Fields or Lawrence. Those are the only 2 quarterbacks coming out of the draft right now.
I mean, look, when it comes to rookie QBs, I don't trust them. I mean,
look at the past.
That's one of the reasons.
Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, all these quarterbacks these quarterbacks. I mean, didn't mean to say Aaron Rodgers because he waited 3 years.
He had to wait, yeah.
But these quarterbacks that got thrown to the fire, that's every blue moon. That's not all the time.
No,
these guys come out of college and they're ready to go.
No, I know that the
Trevor Lawrence, everybody hopes he's ready to go, but I don't.
But take a look
at
Joe Burrow. I mean, he did hit the ground running, but he struggled.
And then when he got hurt, he was done for the season. He was out.
Well, here's the factor, guys.
Go ahead.
Veterans versus rookies, and we know there's quite a few teams out there. We've seen that this year.
Eagles. Yeah.
Florida.
The sad note is, thanks to the combined trade agreement or the bargaining agreement that the players made with the NFL, it limits the amount of practice that they can have.
Yes.
Now with COVID, that's probably even further limited.
Even less.
So where is the commodity?
How do you develop
the
these
commodity? Is the solid journeyman veteran in the NFL, which Belichick figured that out, 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Patrick said he wouldn't mind playing for Patriots.
Exactly.
Wow.
And so as long as because
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And I agree with him because I think he would thrive over there in New England.
So
Uh-oh.
I do mean to be.
Oh.
Kind of pushed them
If
off.
you're bringing up Stafford, we're cutting you off.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You can talk about Cam.
Oh well, Cam's gonna be there next year.
That's not the rumor I heard.
Okay.
He's not going to be there.
Well, I guess the free agency moves will be another topic later on, probably after the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Because I don't see the reason for them to move on because think about it, he went 7-9 compared to people who have star quarterbacks who went 4-12.
Oh, he want those slugs. Go ahead,
I'm
Chuck.
just saying.
But hey,
we were closer to you. How about
Yeah.
Don't matter what about close. If you didn't make it, you did make it.
You're right, but
all right,
closer.
let's go ahead and wrap this up. I think we had a pretty good discussion.
That was
definitely well
this was
spent.
actually one of the funnest ones I
think so too.
Yeah.
Hey, all of our fans out there, I know there's only like 20 of you, but hey, put some comments in below and let us know what you think of this Stafford Goff trade. And send us an email, and we will definitely put you on one of our episodes.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Every time. Thank
What
you.
he said.
Yeah, but